Hello, I'm Bitsy Bates, and welcome to Uncle Ike's Cannabis Kitchen. Today, we're going to be making hummus using the infused olive oil that we made in episode number 2. Hummus is a great international treat that's great for sharing with friends and is made with few low-cost ingredients. In fact, those companies that are making it and selling it to you in the grocery stores are raking it in. They're charging $6, $7 for 1/3 of the volume that we're going to make today for around $2. And speaking of volume, here's a picture of the world's largest dish of hummus. Gross, isn't it? And they actually ate out of it. Oh, thank you, no. I've had diarrhea. I venture to say that the hummus runs are probably the worst runs you could possibly get. All right, who wants to make hummus? Here we go. This is one 16-ounce can of white kidney beans and one 16-ounce can of low-sodium garbanzo beans. They're rinsed, but make sure you use the low-sodium ones. When I first did the recipe, I didn't, and it was a tad on the salty side. Now, I ate it because I had just got done doing some baking, and I had a case of the super munchies. We're going to dump these in here and start processing them. You might need to stop every now and then and scrape the sides down. It's just a good idea. To that, we're going to start drizzling in 1/3 of a cup of our infused olive oil.
Drizzle nice and slow.
So, to that we're just going to add the rest of our ingredients. I've got here 1.5 teaspoons of fresh lemon juice. Use the fresh if you can. And here I've got 4 cloves of garlic. 2 of them are roasted. Now it's really easy to roast garlic. You just cut off the head of a clove of garlic, put some olive oil on it, and put it in the oven for about 20 minutes at 350 degrees until the room starts to smell like garlic. So good. And then 2 fresh cloves of garlic as well. Try not to use that minced garlic that's in a jar that you buy. It just doesn't taste right. And here we've got 1 teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt, because everybody has that laying around the house. Now, if you don't have pink Himalayan salt, you can use just regular coarse sea salt, would be just fine. We've got here 1/4 teaspoon of smoky paprika and 1/4 teaspoon of fresh ground pepper. And this last ingredient is tahini. Now, if you don't know what tahini is, you should get used to this or get comfortable with this ingredient. It is the paste of toasted sesame seeds. It's got a really unique flavor to it. You can make hummus without this, but it just wouldn't be hummus to me. Bring this all together. If it's not quite coming together for you, use a little bit of warm water, and that should get things moving quite nicely. You want this smooth, like a Camel cigarette. Oh yeah, that's looking good. While we let that rest, let's pull a question out of my box. You can find my box at bitsybates.com, or you can follow me on Facebook. I think you already are. My first question comes from Pat. It says, "Dear Bitsy, you are so beautiful. How do you manage to stay so beautiful and get your housework done?" Well, Pat, thanks for the compliment. As for the condition of my estate, I have had some difficulty retaining a maid. Even some of the major maid services refuse to service me. Now, let's dish this shit up. Get a nice container to make a presentation in, and just remove this messy thing. Oh, we're gonna garnish it, don't you worry. And then we're gonna garnish this with a little olive oil. Pretty, pretty. A little bit of smoked paprika. I've got some rosemary here because that looks nice. Now, if you want to make this extra fussy, save about 10 or so of the garbanzo beans and fry them in some canola oil. Takes about 2 minutes. And then dust them with some sea salt and yellow curry and add those on there. And serve this with either pita chips or, even better, fresh vegetables. So good. Well, that's all for today. I look forward to having more fun with you right here in Uncle Ike's Cannabis Kitchen.